Oh boy. So last time... oh, excuse me. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy again. So last time, and boy, was this a decent while ago. Last time we took part in the disaster that was known as Operation Mi'ihen. And a lot of people were killed during that operation. Many got vaporized. A bunch are just corpses on the beach. I can't even interact with them right now. Although, how funny would it be if I could hit square and it would give me their blitzball stats and I could recruit them to the team? Like it's a bug that just they didn't catch. More than half of our frontline soldiers perished. My battalion was annihilated too. The Crusaders will never rise again. So I think there's... I have a theory about that. And because it's been a while since I played the game, this is probably what actually happened. But, the best way I could describe it, ironically enough, is to reference an old DreamWorks movie. The movie Ants, A-N-T-Z. There's a moment in that film where one of the generals is trying to decide what ants to send off to war against termites. And he gets a list of ants that are loyal to the queen versus the ants that are loyal to him. And he sends the ants loyal to the queen to fight this war where they're going to get killed. The reason being is that with her most loyal soldiers dead, he has military control and he can control the ant colony. And the reason I bring that up is because I feel that the only reason why the Church of Yevon authorized this operation was solely for the fact of getting rid of the Crusaders, where if Yevon starts doing things that the people don't like, the Crusaders could possibly oppose them. But now that the Crusaders are gone, the only real militant wing of Yevon left are the people who are loyal to the Church and not to the people of Spira. So, it's kind of scary.
Thank you.
I mean, I already healed. I don't need her to heal me. Unless it gives me, like, some kind of stat boost. Let me see if that happens.
I'm made up, but the way it turned out, they deserved a better deal.
But what does it matter? I mean, they're dead.
I guess the summoners are...
Like, okay, so you ripped them off, maybe you feel bad about it, but it's not like if you sold them weapons at a cheaper price, they would have survived. There was no beating Sin. You were at the end there. You know, you were at the point of no return.
You two, hurry up.
She's awfully cheerful.
In dark times, she must be. She must shine bright.
Huh?
Now are dark times. Yuna tries hard.
We should help her then.
If we worry, she tries harder. Do not frown.
Don't worry, be happy.
Kimahri try too.
Smile,
Oh.
let me see.
Yeah, look at that grin.
Sad.
You know what? It's still better than your laughter, T-Dis. Oh! Oh, this is fun. Hold on, wait a minute. I think... No. Yes! Knew it. Alright, let's not Grand Summon. Let's get easy out here. Alright. Oh, man. I'm in a bit of a somber mood right now. And not even, like, because anything bad's really happened to me. This music is just... It's really good at just setting the tone right now. Like... The writing for this part of the game has been absolutely phenomenal. You know what? I want to do that, yeah. Okay. So, here's probably one of the best pieces of writing in Final Fantasy X. You start with Kilika. Like, Kilika to Operation Mi'ihen probably has the best kind of roller coaster of emotions. Because you start in Kilika, you know, you just survived Sin. You're feeling pretty good about it because you should be. You know, you just survived probably the most dangerous threat in the world to your knowledge at that point. And what happens now is you get to Kilika, and Kilika is wrecked. Like, Sin did a number on that place. There's no getting around it. There's no, oh, well, they could recover. Like, Kilika is just messed up. Badly messed up, too. So you get there, and it's sad, and you pray at the temple, and you're thinking, like, maybe, you know, something will happen where we get to feel better about whatever's going on. But the problem is that, you know, you can't really catch your breath at that point. It's my fault. My men died in vain because of me. It's all my fault. My sergeant's keepsake. Take it. Variable steel. Okay, that's a weapon for Titus. Let's see. Strength was 3. I mean... Avenger I'd rather have, honestly, just because of counterattack. But you get to... Alright, so you get to Kilika. The entire time that you're there, you're kind of just looking at all the destruction that happened. I got off track, so let me try to get back on track. So you go to the temple, you pray, and you think maybe you'll start to get things back on track. You know, maybe we can regroup and feel better once we get to Luca. But immediately, oh, I love that counterattack. But as soon as you're done praying in Kilika, you run into the Luca goers, who are introduced at that time, and the excommunicated Crusaders. Hold on. I thought the Crusaders were part of Yevon's thing. Now they're excommunicated? I don't know, that's weird. But the Luca goers are introduced. I got off track again. They're introduced, and they're introduced solely for the purpose of, you know, messing with you. Like, they want you to feel inferior to them, and they're gonna, you know, rally and make you feel like you suck, and, you know, you've never won a game, blah, blah. So, whatever the mood is, you know, yeah, Kilika just got wrecked by sin, but you can't even really focus on that anymore, or on what's next, because now you're being forced to confront, hey, we have a challenge coming up, and my comrades are dead all because we ignored the teachings, relying on forbidden machina. What the heck were we thinking? I really conventional. I want the Lady Summoner to have this. It's ether. Incurred heavy casualties in last year's Doge Coast Defense operation, but even those losses don't compare to this. Less lying on the battlefield, maybe it'll be some use to you. Mega potion, okay. So, like, you can't even focus, like I was saying, on how, yeah, you know, Kilika just got wrecked by sin. Or, hey, we're gonna participate in this tournament and maybe it'll make the people's spirit feel better. Because you're immediately forced to confront the Luca goers who are acting antagonistic towards you. And that's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. When someone's directly confronting you, you have to kind of face it. At least to whatever extent you need to in order to, you know, move forward and handle the problem. Well, the issue then becomes, you get to Luca, and in a way, you feel good about how...
Hey! How much longer till Xanarkand?
Still a ways.
First down the Moonflow to the Guado city of Guadosalam. Then we cross the Thunder Plains to the Temple of Macalania.
Oh, boy.
And before that, we get to pray at the temple in Jose.
We
temple
can't
in
just
Jose.
skip all that. Can we? Huh?
I have to pray to the faith in every temple in order to earn the final Aeon.
That's a summoner's training. She's got to prepare mind and body, all just to get ready for the final summoning.
Must be tough, Yuna.
I'll be fine with you here.
So anyway, before I go much further, I just want to get this thought out. So, even being distracted from the destruction in Kilika, like, it's the best kind of distraction, because Blitzball is one of the few things in Spira that manages to entertain people and keep them feeling kind of happy. It's like what Yuna said, Spira's kind of lacking in fun these days, so when people can't go see Blitzball, you know, they don't really get to do anything fun themselves. What kind of eluded me at first when I played this game was that always seemed out of place. Like, oh, we're just going to go to a Blitzball tournament after watching this tragedy. But now it makes a lot of sense. Like, the structure was set perfectly there. And whether you win or lose the tournament doesn't really matter. Like, if you win it like I did somehow with Waka, not even the Jack Shot and T-Dis, you end up seeing a much happier party. Spirits are up. They're continuing their journey, almost skipping.
Hey,
and then...
new guy.
Me?
Who else?
What can I do for you, boss?
Don't tell Yuna you know about Sin and Jecht.
Huh?
You know her. She would distance herself from you. We do not want that.
I see. I think. Yeah, but even if I did say something, no one believed me, you know?
Yuna would.
Ah, you have a point. Come to think of it, did I really have to know about Jecht? What about my feelings?
Better than you finding out at a critical moment, becoming emotional.
What? Me? Emotional?
I heard you were quite the crybaby.
Yeah, maybe when I was a kid. Maybe even a little now. Just a little. Hey, I still don't buy your story, you hear?
So the party's feeling good. They just, Wakka just won Blitzball, and, Orange joining the party. So they're on a high point. And then they get to, the road leading out of Luca. And they start learning about Operation Mi'ihen. And it's an attempt to stop Sin. And they can't really go much further. Like, they could probably progress with their mission, but Seymour invites them to go watch, and other high-ranking members of the Church of Yevon are there, which is weird because I guess the Crusaders are excommunicated, but they're still sanctioned by Yevon or something. I don't even know how that works. And then Operation Mi'ihen happens. It's like, I'm going to speak just from my game file perspective, only because I feel like that makes a bit more sense. But you get to, Luca, and you win Blitzball, and you're coming off of this, like, underdog victory. And then Operation Mi'ihen seems like another kind of underdog fight. Maybe we could beat Sin if we just do these things. But then...
Whoa!
Then you just get to a point where you can't really beat Sin. You realize that. He vaporizes soldiers. The plan starts going awry from the beginning, which immediately lets you know that something's wrong. Kamari's pointing, and those little monkey things are hanging around him.
Yuna, it is good to see you and your companions are well.
Yourselves as well, Captain. We were worried. Praise be to Yevon.
We escaped with our lives, but our troops were decimated.
Of all our chocobos, only this one made it.
We make pretty poor chocobo-mounted forces without chocobos.
We turned our backs on the teachings and cast away our faith. This is our just reward. So many died in vain.
It's just you now, but don't worry, we're here.
We should never...
So I know Machina are bad, but are they the reason why Sin got
Temple?
summoned according to the original teachings? Because it seems silly. Sin arrived because you bought a television.
Awesome!
The Lightning Mushroom Rock. It only opens when a summoner is addressing the faith.
That means another summoner's already in there.
Another summoner?
What if it's Donna?
We have to hurry.
Right! In we go!
So before I go in, there's two things that I'm curious about. One, oh, what the hell? I just had a thought. No, I forgot it. I forgot both of it. Damn it.
The monks said we could stay here for a while.
Alright.
I've been thinking about the future.
I would pray for those fallen in battle. But how? How can I enter the temple after what we have done?
$4,000 gil. I will take that money. Alright, so here's what I don't understand. And this is where, you know, things are really kind of crazy with this. So, obviously, the summoner starts her pilgrimage and has to go beat Sin. And that's fine and dandy and all. How come they don't do it where once a summoner beats Sin, they just get a bunch of summoners and have them do the pilgrimage while Sin is still, like, reforming or out of the picture, like, during the calm? Like, have summoners do the pilgrimage during the calm, and then when Sin comes back, the summoners are ready to go. Like, they all have the final Aeon and they're ready to fight Sin. Why not just do it that way? Because then, you know, it almost feels like if, you know, like if you were going into a fight and you decided you only wanted to load one bullet in your gun at a time. Whereas, like, because that's what it is. Like, you wait until Sin's back, and then you start loading the summoners with their Aeons and stuff. So, why not just have all the summoners get ready during the calm? Like, every year, like, you know, get 10 more summoners to get ready for when Sin comes back. Just in case something happens to the other guys. Or something. I don't know. Just seems silly. You know, like, the summoners should be ready. They should be lying in wait. They should be, you know, fully armed and ready to just jump into action. But I don't know. I'm trying to put logic to how this works. Maybe the Aeons aren't ready until a certain point. I don't know. Final Fantasy X is great, but it doesn't make sense in certain places. Oh, here's the other thing I don't get, and I've said it before, like, because I was talking about Kilika earlier, so it reminded me of this. How come for Kilika and other places, people don't just move inland? Like, I feel like if you live near the water or you're sailing the water, Sin is a threat, big time. But you could just move inland, and he doesn't really seem to be that much of a problem, because at Operation Mi'ihen, he just stayed in that little waterway. He didn't get on the land. Like, he could just hang out in the water, but he doesn't ever go inland. So you have protection if you just stay away from him. And the other thing I don't get is, why don't, you know, like, if you do that, like, yeah, he can launch his, like, Sin Spawn at you, like, you know, when he flicks them off of him. But then people can handle them. Like, it was clear at Operation Mi'ihen that they had rounded up Sin Spawn. And they had captured them and managed to, like, do stuff with them. So obviously the Sin Spawn aren't as invincible as Sin is. So why not just have people live inland, away from Sin, and then Sin just swims the lonely oceans by himself, and he's like, kind of like Emerald Weapon in a way. Like, I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm not going to stream for too long today. The last couple ones I did were pretty long, and honestly, I gotta think about what I want to name Ixion, because I need some more rapper names. So until next time, everyone, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.